Right, take one, action.
Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Today's video is a little bit more out of the norm and a little bit more involved. This is our JC5 Gearbox. We're going to be doing a longer format video on this, so should be around about an hour or so long. It will be pretty boring, to be fair, but there is some people out there that will find this interesting and handy, hopefully. I'll pass you over to Greg, who's going to tell you a bit more.
So yeah, just purely JC5 Gearbox today. We did touch on it in our previous video. The previous video will be here, let's say. And that was just a little 5-10 minute clip. This is going to be, as Johnny said, about an hour long. It's going to take you through all the steps from removing fifth gear, splitting the casing, and all the way down to changing the really common leak on these JC5 gearboxes, which is the selector shaft leak, which is notorious for leaking, very difficult to change, but hopefully if you've got a JC5 gearbox and you want to rebuild it, this is a video for you. So we really hope you enjoy it. And if you want to see, please see our other videos. What you done?
Try not to fall asleep.
Try not to fall asleep. Yeah, it's boring, but
it's interesting.
If you are rebuilding it, this should help. Yeah. So yeah, enjoy.
Thanks.
And the main thing, let me clear this bench, is this little kit here. We have O-ring,
chalky.
We have 2 bushes for the selector fork and the main selector seal that needs to be fitted when the gearbox is in 1,000 pieces. So I should be able to show you. This might start leaking everywhere. This is said seal that is always leaking. These are the JC5 gearboxes. This is the part number. If anybody wants the seal kit, this comes as one kit. So you've got the 2 bushes that are inside here. So this arm, might be able to move it. This arm's your selector fork for your selecting gear. So this arm goes into the gearbox. There's 2 bushes either side, which is these bushes. They're not necessary to change, but because you're removing everything,
yep.
If there's any so much as a couple of thou of play in that,
yeah, that
seal's gonna leak.
Right. And
that's that seal here. So for some reason, they've made it bolted. It'd be ideal if that was bolted on there.
Yep.
You can unbolt that, pull that seal, new one on, done, but you can't. So that involves, which you're gonna see in this video coming, this to come off, which is this seal, hence buying that seal. We'll clean this up and spray paint it and do what we need to do.
Rattle can job.
Then it's a case of splitting all these bolts, loads of them, all the way around, removing, I believe it's fifth gear in this housing, and then disassembling all this, and then trying to get it back together. Never done it. There's one video I've watched on YouTube of somebody doing it, and it looks horrendous. So this might be a nice little video for you to follow along if you've got a JC5 and it's leaking.
Perfect.
Yeah, enjoy. Right, so we'll get the end of the bell housing off first. So 3 bolts, I've already loosened them. 1, 2, 3.
And they're
shiny. This is the replacement O-ring we've got. I believe this is 5th gear. So the video I've watched, this is 5th gear. This box was originally a 4-speed, and this was an afterthought by Renault. So it's like overdrive, but not quite overdrive.
Right, okay.
So you can see, I don't know if you guys can see.
It's very shiny. Actually looks very good.
It's actually quite good, isn't it?
Been having a look at it.
We are not gearbox experts, so I've no idea what we're looking at. But
for yourself.
We've also got threaded rod to stand it up, so we'll show you that before we take it apart. But let's try and get this off first. So first thing first, roll pin. Want it pinging out and losing it. Ping. There she goes. I'll move that over here. So I believe this then comes off of here. So bits for wear, I don't know if you can see that. Inside of those, if those are polished down to bare metal, that fork needs replaced. So ours is actually like brand new.
Yeah.
I don't know if this is a rebuild or what, but it looks fantastic. So in there.
We've not rebuilt it before.
And then this goes back on, and there is some spring clips. So we'll get some. You scared?
Aye.
I'm pretty scared. There's like little springs. They need to be pushed back in. 1, 2.
It's like lock picking.
Nope. Right. That's back in place, which is good. We now need to undo this nut and that, I believe. So that's a 27 and that's an E torx. So we'll confirm what's what. 27.
Big boy.
I don't know if we need to lock anything up or what, but
Feel it.
that's off. That's off. There's a little lock washer that goes one way as well. I'll get magnets. I want to keep everything in the same direction. So, show you a little tip how to keep that all together with the help of a cable tie. So there's that. Little lock ring goes that way, and it locks onto the wee indent in there. That's that. Then once we get this gear off, we'll cable tie all the gear together in a one-off. Cool. So this is the bit that is really awkward to get off, I've been told. You need a special tool to get it off. We do not have that tool, but potentially that'll work. Right, so just to be super professional, right, we'll mark where the gears merge together. Yeah, I don't know if you can see this. Apologies if not.
Can you see me now?
So if we take everything off and leave it in the same orientation, it should go back on together. So there's a special tool you get that goes over this and pulls this gear off. We do not have that tool. We have this tool. I really don't want to mess the gear up. The gear, and it's the synchro thing, the gold synchro. Their synchro looks perfect, so we're really being very careful.
Proper gold.
Proper gold.
Wow.
A bit of jiggery pokery, grinding this down, so the feet are a little bit wedgy. We're gonna try one more time. It should come off nice and gentle. Shoulda, woulda, coulda. Right.
There we go.
Try that. Is that it? That's all it takes. Grind it down to a point.
Had to hit the roof.
Right, so that goes with that. And yeah, we can probably take that off at the same time. That goes with that.
I am in the way of camera.
Yeah.
Probably, yeah.
So we've got the gears, the synchros, the next gear. There's a bush in here. That goes inside that. This spacer piece, can you still see? Okay, I hope. That spacer piece goes that way. Like that. So we're just going to clean down to make sure we're nice and clean. Gearboxes always want to be really clean. So there's our bearing, which we're not changing. We're not changing any of this. So there's that. So a nice little trick, have we got some cable ties? So to keep everything in the correct order when you take it off, always keep it stacked the same. So it's that gear in that direction, then the synchro, then this gear in that orientation, then the bush, then that spacer piece, no idea what they're called, that way. Then this ring goes on the outside of that in that orientation. There's a little spring in there that you need to get right, but we'll get that right. Then that washer with the tab down. Then that nut, you'll see shiny side is where it's been tightened, so that way. And what you do is you put a zip tie through the whole thing, and it can't get messed up. True. That can never get messed up. You can put it anywhere. Put it over here. 12 tins of this. You go through it like nothing on earth with gearboxes, so just keep everything nice and clean. And then we're going to take this off. So that nut was a 27. And this nut, this bolt, sorry, E14. Gun this off nice and gentle. It's normally quite hard to come out because they use so much Loctite. So yeah, that's got Loctite on it. I believe this bolt's actually meant to be replaced every time you rebuild, but they're meant to be incredibly hard to come across, so we are not going to replace it.
Just put some more Loctite on it.
We're going to put some more Loctite on it and it'll be fine. This is another one that needs a special tool to come off, and we don't have that again.
Be different from the other tool as well, probably.
Yes, but I've been told this one can be wedged up nice and gentle. Little lockouts and stuff, I don't know how good you can see this. There's little lockout bars, these drop in and out. Leave them as is, do not move them. There's also, in these channels here, there are ball bearings with springs at the back of them. So when these come out, these ball bearings and springs want to shoot everywhere. So we're going to have to try and stop that happening, which you will see very soon. Right, well, I struggle with this one, but we've managed to do it off camera with some wedges.
Very dodgy.
And it might be a little hot. I don't know if you're meant to heat these gears, but
I need some captions.
there we go. So that's this side done.
A bit of squish.
Might catch my head. We're going to check over that gear before we reuse it, but if we need to get another one, we'll get another one. This is your little drip tray. Your oil runs along here, drips onto your gears and drips down there and all that jazz. So don't break that. We're going to put it on threaded rod,
Yeah.
to level it up. So a little trick with some threaded rod in the bell housing, and we can basically jack it up so it's sitting flush. So yeah, we're going to put threaded rod in these insert holes to level it up. So worktop's ruined now. What we're going to do is we're going to take the gear selection mechanism apart now. So this little plate you see here and this red goo was our attempt at repairing this in the car. I think it's Febby sell a kit that repairs it. It is terrible. It does absolutely nothing to stop the leak. So
To be fair, we were underneath the car on a driveway at this point.
in the rain, I'm pretty sure it was raining, yeah.
Yeah.
But I genuinely don't think, I think it would repair it, so.
No.
Yeah, it's like a plate with a double half seal and you wrap it around and garbage, that's not going back on. And this spring as well, which yours has started to go actually, it goes like a razor. See it?
Oh yeah.
Because of the rubbing, so we might have to try and get a new spring.
Right.
So just taking the mechanism of the, what do we call this? Gear stick, gear change. So the gear stick goes on this, so that goes away inside your car. So we're just going to take this, I don't know if you can quite see it, the circlip in there, that comes out, which is going to be awkward because I've not got the correct pliers up here. But I think they call this a Jesus clip.
Save me, Jesus.
No, because when it pings you go, Jesus! And you can never find it again.
Oh, we put up some new lights. If you've noticed, the lighting is
Oh yeah?
100 times better now.
5 down either side.
It's temporary lighting, but
Temporary permanent.
there you go.
That. And this should come out. So you've got two halves, which make a hole. They go around the ball to make it a cylinder. Lovely.
That's what it looks like.
That's what it looks like, and then that should pull out through that. Little dust boot. We'll whip that off at the same time. And then we're going to have a quick go at trying to get the new seal we put in. So this is in two halves. This is, as I say, this was a Febby one. As you can see, rubbish. This kit was like a fiver. Came with two half shells down here and a couple of O-rings, you can see here, which was meant to reseal it all, but as you can see, that's done absolutely nothing. Right, so next on the agenda, we've showed you all the 5th gear stuff. Inside here, there is numerous, you can't really, I don't know if you're able to see them with the dart, but see these torx bolts? Basically need to whip all of them out. There's a couple of them around here as well in the diff. Get all them out. The casing shouldn't split apart. There's dowels in it, so that should stop it from just falling to pieces. And it's obviously got some sort of silicone sealant or there's special sealant to use. We'll touch on that when we put it back together. But it's anaerobic sealant. So these are a E12.
Go and tell me what anaerobic is again, I know, but just for the...
Anaerobic, I think anaerobic, please correct me if I'm wrong, but anaerobic means curing without air. So there's no oxygen. So when you put anaerobic sealant between two metal surfaces, you squeeze all the air out, and it's metal to metal, and that's what cures it. It actually might be amazing stuff. I've never used it, and it's mega expensive. Little tube is like 40 quid. So we'll show you that when we get to it, but yeah. I believe these are all the same length as well, so we're not going to be taking note of where they go. As you can see, we're not experts in this field.
We're learning as we go.
Yeah, this box might never go back together again, so this is where the fun begins. Remember I said about these ball bearings?
Yep.
So a lot about quick thinking. We're going to put some tape over these where the ball bearings are going to ping out. If it's going to stick. There's a couple of places you can get a pry bar in here. Just need to be nice and gentle, don't break anything. Oh, I think that's us. Right. So they should just come out of that. So if you put your fingers over that, we should be all right.
I'll keep them plugged.
Right. We're having some bother here. Some major bother.
Trouble.
This is the problem with doing it when you've never done it before. This needs to go down. I don't recommend
what he's about to do right now.
Don't recommend that, but
it works.
And there's a ball bearing. So that was the ball bearing from the big plunger. We've got tape over the little ones to try and stop it flying everywhere. Johnny's going to put his two fingers in the two holes.
You know me.
All right. They went everywhere, eh?
No, just a one.
Got them? Right, you take your fingers out.
Yep.
Might have fell inside the box, so worth checking in here first. That's a big magnet, I'll show you that soon. That's one, is that the one you're talking about?
Yeah, that's one.
I'm sure I almost felt a couple.
Hold of the ball bearings, let them fall.
Right, so spring. I have a spring. I have another spring. And we are missing one ball bearing. It could have literally went anywhere. Little intermission, guys.
Back in a moment.
Una momento.
2 hours later.
I'll check in the gears again, right?
Get low.
Oh! Found ball bearing.
This is my first gearbox I've ever seen.
Same. This is magnet that is in these boxes, but we'll show you in a bit more detail when we do a walk around. But these sit in this pocket here. So, I don't know, in Reynolds' wisdom, they didn't bolt it in or put it anywhere you could get to. It's inside a little pocket in there. But it wasn't very dirty, so. Right, we are back. It's probably been 10 seconds for you guys. It's been a whole day for us, so it's the second day. Johnny is cleaning the end cap, 5th gear cover. So that's getting cleaned up. Yeah, it's getting cleaned up. We're gonna give it a quick paint just to protect it, but none special. And I'm gonna start working on the part that's leaking. So as we mentioned, that's the kit. Part number 82010488885. I'll open it up really quick. That's the outer seal. That's the part that leaks. That goes under here, where that red goo is. That'll go in there. And these are the two bushes. So these are split bushes. You see the split in them. One lives in here, and one lives in here. So you get a bit of play in this, and that's actually what makes the seal leak. So ours actually feel quite nice. They're not too bad. I can't feel much play, but we'll change the whole kit and probably damage it in the process. I'll have to reorder it again. And also, I found this. I don't know if that's in frame or not, no idea. Loctite 518, so this is the flange sealant, they call it, but it's anaerobic, I believe, so that's what goes around these faces here. So what we're doing first is trying to take this shifter mechanism out. So, you see that turns. There's a roll pin that pins the fork to the bar for you actually changing gear. So it's actually double roll pinned. I don't know if you can see that on camera very well. There's an inside roll pin and an outside roll pin. So you need to knock the inside roll pin out first and then the outside roll pin. So I'm going to go for a 3mm punch for the middle one. 3.2mm punch. Then what you need to do is you need to rotate it so you can actually get the pin out, the roll pin out. There we go. Inside roll pin. You're probably meant to change the roll pins, but we don't have new ones, so. So that's a 3mm, and we'll go for a 5.5 maybe. That'll work. That's the roll pin out. So that's the inner and outer done. So we keep them safe. A good tip, we always keep the lids off of spray bottles. They are ideal. You can write on them. That now rotates freely on the shaft, so we now need to pull the shaft out. So that's the gear change fork. I have no idea what worn looks like, so we're going to say it's good. Keep that safe. And you can normally feel the play in these bushes when it's out like this. So there's actually zero play.
Good.
I genuinely think either this box has been apart, or it's
done.
been replaced for a good used one, because this isn't 113,000 miles.
Yeah.
So what you can do is you can check your shaft for wear, as they say. That O-ring that's on it is from that repair seal kit that did not work at all, so get rid of those. There's not actually any
Indentations on it.
There's a little bit there. Yeah. Kind of feel it, but that's almost like silicone. So yeah, we'll give that a quick clean up with some Scotch-Brite, but that looks fine. Normally, when you've got it out sort of that far, you'll see the play, you'll feel the play, and there's absolutely nothing. Have a feel of that. There's nothing. But it is quite tight to turn in there. You know, it's not like nice and smooth. So maybe they're a bit gummed up, a bit worn. So we're going to attempt to change them. We're now left with this. I think this is part of the seal kit that we changed. So I'll grab a screwdriver. We'll start. Yeah, this is the 2 halves. So the seal kit came with loads of halves, O-rings, rubbish. I would not suggest using that seal kit. It did not work for us. And it also comes with some red RTV, and that's rubbish as well. So we'll clean this up and you'll see us in a couple of minutes. Alright, so that's nice and clean. So that's where this seal with those ribs gets knocked into.
Okay.
But we do this last, otherwise we'll not be able to punch the bushes out. You do get a special bush installer, by the way. We do not have that either.
We don't have a lot of tools.
We do have tools, but just
not the specialists.
Yeah, we're not specialists. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to check. See, now I've got that kit away, so I don't know. Now I've cleaned up all that goo and all the repair kit that we attempted to fit. If you imagine that seal has got like microns of tolerance or 0.001 of a millimetre tolerance, if the shaft's doing that, it's not going to last very long. So it's a good idea to change the bushes. So as I said, the bushes, I don't know if you can see that very well, but the bushes are actually split. So I'll try and point out the split. Zoom into my bald spot.
No, I don't need, I can see that for
It's like the Batman logo. Yeah, I can't actually see the split in that, but the new ones are split, so when you install them, they've got a bit of tolerance on them. So we'll try and knock these through. Try and use a bigger punch. What you want to try and do is kind of roll them inwards, so you don't damage the
face,
the machine surface. So watch as this goes really badly. Try and hammer it out square, so the split is actually there. I don't know if you can see that. So best to try and start at the split, so it comes out a bit easier. So just so they're like almost like this a copper pipe.
Copper pipe, aye?
Yeah.
I'm sure that's my radiator, isn't it?
We'll give that a quick clean in there before the new one goes in. And then the hard part is trying to get the next one, which is impossible to film, so second one out.
Much clearer.
So bush 1, bush 2, both out. We'll give it a quick clean. Sometimes these little bushes have got like a leading edge, so they're a little bit chamfered, but this is both sides, so it should be fine.
Either way.
Should be fine. Give them a quick clean before we put them in. Any foreign matter will just score the aluminium in the gearbox. So and we will try and fit them. You do get, as I said earlier, you do get special bearing fitting tools for these that have got like removable ends, so you unscrew them and it's like 20mm, 22mm, 24mm.
So you don't damage it.
Yeah, I'm going in with a 10mm and I'm going to try and do it nice and gentle.
Sorry, you won't see much here because my arms are going to be in the way.
Yep. We're just trying to spread the load a little bit. Okay?
Yep.
Lovely.
Lovely jubbly. Improvise, adapt,
Overcome. And we'll do the same again with this one.
Everything needs to be super clean with a gearbox.
What could we use there to spread the load? Socket? So yeah, we're gonna try that. Back end of a socket, nice and flat. Still looking okay. So that's them in. Give it a quick clean. Which this will be just as loose.
Don't say that.
Oh,
Wait.
tiny little bit.
A little bit, but
When they're both in,
it'll be solid.
absolutely nothing.
Lovely.
Oh, that's lovely, and that's way freer.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's how
gonna
you do
help.
that.
That's going to help a lot.
So now we've got seal that will go on. I'll chip that in now. So we'll get a little bit of grease. So we've got a little bit of assembly lube. Doesn't really matter what it is. A little bit of lubrication.
Then we will put it on here. Give it a little knock.
Socket again.
Big socket. Pretty good. Yeah. Give it a little clean on the wire wheel, just for aesthetics. And then we need to remember how this goes. So it was definitely up the way, wasn't it?
There.
A little bit of assembly lube again. That's way too much, Jesus. Could rebuild an engine with that. Sorted. Let me slide that in. We'll just give it a little test.
Yeah.
That's way nicer. Right. Then we need to figure out how the gear change fork went. Can't remember. I would say that knob needs to touch the reverse switch. So it can't be that way, because it's missing it.
Right, okay. Ah, it's that. Yeah.
So it has to be that way, right? So anybody watching, following along with this, it is that way. Obviously.
And then line up your roll pin.
And we've got the 2 roll pins to go back in. Again, don't have new ones of these. I recommend you change them, but we're not. There you go. First roll pin in. Second roll pin, which is the inner. Would always recommend offsetting the split as well. So don't line the splits up, offset the splits. And if your roll pin has tapered ends, which this has got both, or both ends are tapered, and most roll pin, both ends are tapered. But always start with the most tapered end. And as I say, don't line the splits up. So split to split, it's always 180. So we pop that in there. Lovely. So, one seal kit, fitted, done, bin. That should do away with your leak here.
Hey.
So we're gonna, off camera, clean some stuff up just now. So clean these faces, we'll clean this outer box, we'll clean the breather pipe. You can pop the breather pipe off as well if you want. That pulls out, then that pulls out, then that pulls out in ways. So we'll clean that out, clean the outside of the box, and then we'll see back here in 1 second. So we're back.
Welcome back.
We have been cleaning up the surfaces. So we're gonna give the outside of the box a clean once it's packed together.
Yep.
But just now we've cleaned up the box, we've given everything a good rinse down and brake clean.
Make sure there's no metal parts in here.
Yes, nothing. Always remember, if you can see it in the camera, clean up your magnet and make sure it's back in its home. This is the Loctite we're using. I've already spoke about it, 518. The other one, I've double checked, is 515. So 515 I believe is thicker, but 518 is the same thing. Very expensive, that was like 40 quid for 50 millilitres. We'll see how that goes. Cleaned up our breather, make sure that goes back in. Next thing is this shaft we believe is going to be better installed in the box, not in the lower half. So what you need to watch is there is a detent spring inside here as well. So if you pull this out, the spring is going to go springing, which I caught. So that's that out. You can't really see the ball. There'll be a spring at the back of it. So magnets are a godsend when you're rebuilding gearboxes. So we've got that and that. We'll keep that separate again. And our handy little tubs. We've got 3 tubs, one with 2 springs and 2 balls, one with 1 spring and 1 ball for reverse because it's got a different clip, and one with 1 spring and a ball for this shaft. So the balls actually sit in these detents, and that's what gives you the clip when you go in gear. This goes, I don't believe there's a detent or anything in this, it just goes in, so it goes in, it goes like that, and there's a little spring clip thing there on a spring. This is reverse. That's reverse gear. This is what's going to give us the main problem. So I've read, so I've seen. There's a guy on YouTube done a really good video. Very, very long, but it's very, very good. So next thing, apply silicon, or apply 515. 518, sorry. See, wrong again. Right, so let's go.
Let's go.
You always go on the inside of the bolts. I believe if this stuff goes inside your gearbox, it just dissolves in the oil and you never see it again. So. This looks pretty good. Yeah. Sorry if when we start doing this you can't see much, but it's your first time doing it, so let's see. What I've been told is jam reverse gear up. So we're going to jam it up with a special tool, which is a screwdriver. So,
There, you want to drop that down?
yeah, this is like magic to us. We have no idea what we're doing here, but God loves a trier, as they say. We have no idea how the shift fork is meant to go, so we're going to try it
Down.
full out.
Aye.
I think that's
Down,
what,
full out.
that's what they've said.
See if it's...
Because I believe this needs to swing as the box goes down, so it needs to swing into place. So this might take
a few turns.
a dozen attempts, but we'll see. So the plan is we're going to try and lay it on top to line this up first and get the detent in.
Yep.
Then we're going to try and lift this up slightly to get the detent in this, and then we're going to release it all to get the 2 detents in these. So here we go.
It's a 30-second job.
For a specialist, I bet you it is, but
God, aye.
we are far from specialists. Right, let's leave it there because we're right on the crest of
These.
getting the balls and that in there. So let me chuck these. No. Needs to come back apart. Right, forget everything we've said. This has to... Right, so that was a dry run. Went well.
Just to test everything's working.
That spring's still in there, so if we can grab that out. Yep. So that's separate. So yeah, now it's tested, we can fit this. Right, so this goes in, this is a little drip tray, this goes in, that slot there. And then it clicks in, it's just like a, see this sort of opening.
Oh, yeah.
It just kind of
Locks on it.
It's not very
Secure, but...
not very good if I'm honest, but... Right. Take DOS. Here we go. So we need to jam that up again.
Yep.
Right, so I'm aiming for that one, which is there. Ball first, then spring. No, spring first, then ball. The other one's ball first, then spring. You can see we're pros at this, I mean. So spring first, then ball. And you push it in.
Right. Oh,
Yep.
it went down, then it came back up. There you go. There you go.
Right, that's us.
Now we need to get reverse.
Then we're going to try reverse. Right. Reverse is meant to be the hardest part of this, so if I can get it up and in place. No. Is that the right one?
Yep. There you go. That's it.
You got it? Just hold it there.
Yeah, yeah.
So this one is ball, then spring, then this clip again, flip it to the bottom. If I push that up just a little bit more,
Yeah.
which is...
There you go. That's it. Engaged.
So what we'll try to do there is get that ball to go in the first D10. Now it's in the first D10, we're all good. These are a little bit too high now. So the box needs to come up ever so slightly. Like there. I wish you could see this, sorry guys. Basically these two little bits here is where the ball and spring are going to go. My back is killing me.
Oh, good. Just the right timing.
Yeah.
Right, so
So up a tiny wee
up
bit.
a wee tiny touch. I'll get, because that one's engaged. There you go. That one's
Right,
engaged.
and then swap round so they go on the top.
So when she's down.
And leave it at. Yep.
Right. Yeah.
That one's in. That one's nearly in.
Right. That one's in enough that it should pass it. This way you need to wiggle things though. There you go.
Right. We're not there. No. Not there yet.
Yeah!
I believe there's something to do with this now.
Ah, we're there. That's it. It's done now. 5, 6 millimeters.
I can't select a gear.
Right, that's good.
That's a problem.
Do we need gears?
No. Handy.
Reverse needs to go down right? No.
Do not know. I'm going to try and chap these so they're the same height. That is not feeling very nice, so no. 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 I think when we took the box apart, that was up, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
Momento. We may have to go up again. I think we will have to go up again, and I'm worried about these balls.
Fingers and holes. Right. Try that.
I really wish I knew what the lever was doing.
I know, it's got to be that lever, isn't it?
It's like it needs to, as it's coming down, it maybe needs to slot in,
Like gel into it.
and I just hitting something there. I don't know what that is. Feels better now. Feels better now. If we try and keep the fork to there, the video we watched, the guy says keep it neutralised. tell we've no idea what we're doing. Is that pretty obvious? Yeah. Are we down?
Yep, down that side.
Like I'm double selected a gear or something. I think what we need to do now is lift this up. Lift reverse gear up, which is going to be an absolute nightmare, so bear with us. Bear with us. I do have a hook tool.
Okay.
But, so yeah, you need to go inside the box from that hole. And then the reverse gear's on a single cog on this big, what do we call that, shaft? So it's currently stuck in the detent, so we're going to try and pull it up with the magnet and the hook. Right. We have gears.
What?
So that's 1 and 2 or 3 and 4, I don't know. So that's them, that's neutralised. Then out.
Hello.
So yeah, we've got 2 gears. That one, whatever that is, and that one. So that's that shaft up and down. Oh, came off. Same again. Same again. So I think there's something wrong. Whether this maybe needs to go down or up. I think it's up.
That's up.
I think that's too far though. Got a funny feeling that's too far. Oh no! I think that's too far.
Hey, way back. Just created 7th gear.
Right, that's the
Edge.
first detent.
Edge.
So, that one, let's call that 3rd and 4th.
Yeah.
First and 2nd, 3rd and 4th, then in a little bit again. Reverse.
Verse.
And if I engage it again, that's not 5th. Is reverse at first, or is reverse at...
Reverse.
Is it first? Right across.
Aye, it's right across. Aye.
So that's only
Aye,
for that. So
back.
then, so that's reverse. Honest, this gearbox is smooth as butter. Reverse. First.
Bottle
Second.
in the fridge.
3rd. 4th. 5th. Got a 5-speed. Yes. Right. Ta-da! Let's go to the bolts in. Right, so now it's rebuilding everything we took apart, top end. So, first thing we took off was this gear. Nice and gentle, circular motions. Get the gear back on before we torque the bolt up. We're going to reuse the same bolt. I'm going to give it a clean up and put some Loctite in it. So I've just got some blue Loctite, normal, nothing crazy. We've also got this gear set to go back on. So I'll cut the cable tie. we give it a little spray down. So first things first is that. Then the bush. Like that. Just a floating gear. Issues with that, quite nice. Then I'm going to take this top off. Put this on here. Engages with the splines. Gentle, gentle. Looks good to me. And the nut. Again, I'll put a little bit of Loctite on that. A little bit of blue Loctite. That nice wee cute bottle. There we go. Seven. A little bit of Loctite on that as well. The one we replaced. Honest. That's what I'm not sure about. You can double select a gear to lock it. Right. So we're going to find a video and we're going to have a quick look at how he's done that. Because I don't have a clue. Right, we're back. So I've put the 5th gear selector fork back on with the outer. You've got to compress the little springs inside to get that in. Let me check if you're in frame. So this is the roll pin for the bit selection. No, I've got it lined up perfect. So again, this one's actually got a necked down section. So that in first, so it falls in. And then the secret to tighten these down, because if, as you can see, you try and tighten it, it just turns. So what you need to do is double select a gear. So I've been told if you select first or second, which is this one here, so if I find first or second, there, that's me selected first. And what you do is you knock this down and that'll let you select 5th. So we've now selected 2 gears, right? So this should lock this up, which is good. So according to the internet, 130 Newton meters, right? So that's 130.
85 for the bolt.
And 85 for the bolt. I need that. Which this one's at E14, is it? Yep. E12's on the case and E14 here, 27 here. 85 Newton meters. 85.
Lovely jubbly.
There we go. So what we need to do now is deselect 5th, which is up on this. Deselect that and deselect first. So that's us got a neutral box. And just to try again, we've got, we'll see it. Hopefully you can see these little shafts going up and down. So first, second, third, 4th, 5th, and all the way in. I don't know if you'll see the big shaft. Doubt it. Doubt it. Reverse. Back in neutral. Lovely job. Happy days. That's how you rebuild your JC5. Right, last thing to go on before we do a little clean down. It's still a little wet, but it'll be fine. It's just a little bit tacky. Is the top cover. So
tacky.
I'm just going to shove a little
Tiny.
bit of grease on the new O-ring. Stick that on. Yeah, flip it on. Tube. Yep. I believe it's 13.
Saying you can't polish a pub.
Well, this is a pub, so it's polished.
It's polished as good as a pub can get.
Thank you.
Bye!
Because Cal was like, point, so one here, one here, here, over Johnny's face. Over Johnny's face.
You should just like go 1 point here, and I was just like,
Cal, come on, man. Oh, where am I going?
I'm like, aye, how about you do it like over my face, but I'll just be like, and he has to like keep moving it.
It should be, Cal, you'll be able to edit all this, won't you?